Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first running video of the Losi Super Baja Rey 2.0. I've got my DX6 bound up. It's actually in the middle of booting. Eventually you'll see that screen change and it will get into the actual raceware, which is the app that the radio uses to control the RCs. Over here, these were the Genza's 5500 60C lipos that they sent me. These are going to fit. They're not very big either, which is nice. So they're going to fit in the cradle, no problem at all. There you go. You guys can see. Click OK. So that's going to continue booting. The problem we have here, first of all, it's first thing in the morning. Hey, there's me. Our weather here has been absolutely crazy here in Northern Ontario. We went from a snowstorm. Actually, no, we went from it being about minus 20, minus 25 with wind chill to a snowstorm to mild to a rain warning to now it being back to kind of normal weather. It's about minus 2 degrees Celsius out there right now. So what I'm kind of hoping to do, guys, is get out there with the truck this morning first thing while it's still a little bit of dark. We can see the light bar and all that kind of stuff. And then hopefully today, all this will be in the same video. But later today, I can go back out and kind of, you know, just run it in a parking lot or something like that. The problem I'm having, guys, is that because of the rain and all that kind of stuff, I don't know why I keep showing you guys outside. You can't see anything. Because of the rain, it's awful out there right now. There's a lot of ice and just puddles, and it's a pretty big mess. But anyways, guys, we're gonna get this truck outside. No, box is staying.
What was that?
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that rip in front of the house. I was hoping that it was going to be darker when I got out so you could really see the light bars and all that kind of stuff. But by the time I got the batteries charged and my son got out of bed, it was a little bit brighter. But what I'm doing right now, trucks come in, and as always, guys, I already went all over it, dried it as much as I could, just to try to keep some of the screws from rusting and all that kind of stuff. But if you watched my unboxing video, you'll know that the one rim came kind of, I don't know, not pitted, but just mucked up for some reason. I have no idea what happened there. So the cool thing with this truck is it comes with 2 spares. They're RTR. They've got foams. They're good to go. I removed one, that guy right there. And I've put the one that actually has, you know, I don't know if you want to call it damage, guys, or whatever, but I put that one back on here, and I'm going to put this one back on the truck. So at least I have the 4 good looking rims on the truck for when I get out running, because that actually, guys, is driving me nuts. I have emailed Losi, gave them all the details and all that stuff, so I'm assuming they'll probably just send me another one. But what I want to do now, guys, is get out and just take it someplace else where I can kind of give it a good rip. With it being winter and the snow and slippery, especially, guys, with the rain and the ice we have, the truck's not getting any traction, which is kind of a bummer because it's hard to get a really good feel of the truck. But so far, guys, I am very happy, very impressed. And again, just happy with the purchase. It's always, you know, when you buy, you know, a more expensive truck that isn't one that, you know, like, let's face it, if you went out and bought an Arma Mojave, you know you've got a great truck. If you bought the Arma Mojave EXB and you put your electronics in it, you know you've got an amazing truck. Even the RTR is amazing. So when you buy something that's, you know, not as common, you kind of, you know, sort of hesitate a little bit when you're purchasing it. But yeah, guys, I'm definitely happy. Anyways, let's get out and give this thing a better run.
That works pretty well.
Good.
Okay.
And I won't hit you.
Da, 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 da.
All right, guys, so I got the truck back together. Everything's cleaned up. Everything's dried. That was a lot of work. I actually probably spent twice as much time cleaning it and taking it apart and then putting it back together as I did actually driving the truck. But I knew that going in,
it'd be the one thing that, you know, if you could do something with this truck, you know, I'm talking to Losi right now, not that they are watching the video, is if they could have it, you know, like the DBXL, where basically, you know, the whole cab just kind of pops up. You can get to everything and close it back down. If they could do something like that with a cage truck like this, it would be awesome. And besides from, guys, the tabs breaking on the ESC, that was the only thing that broke. I believe that if, you know, I often, guys, will put, you know, like I have this really thick Velcro that I use, and I will put that underneath the ESC, even if there's screws holding it. What I then do is I'll put the screws on, but I don't really tighten them like super down. That way there's kind of like a cushion there. And if I would have been smart, I would have done the same with this before I broke all 4 tabs. Watching back a lot of the footage, I'm kind of going to say that I'm surprised that those tabs broke, because I don't really feel like I took any major hard hits. But at the same time, the ground is frozen. Some of it was ice. So, oh well. However, that is it, guys, for negative stuff. This truck was a lot of fun. It has been quite a while since I've gotten a new larger scale truck that really just was fun to drive. And what I mean by that is, you know, when we take out trucks like, let's say, an X-maxx, Habao Hyper MT Plus 2, the Creightons, the EXBs, the Outcast EXB, all that kind of stuff, the fun of those trucks is driving, you know, the piss out of them. It's bashing them. It's jumping them as hard as you can. If you take out, you know, one of those trucks and just kind of put it around, they're not a whole lot of fun. They want to be driven. This thing is just fun the way it is. If you're just putting around, it looks so good with the body, the lights, the way it moves, watching the rear axle. It looks so cool. But yet, when I was jumping it today and having fun with it, yeah, it's all, you know, these type of trucks are nose heavy. It was still a lot of fun, and I definitely saw what I wanted to see today. And you know what? I'm going to take a minute, guys, to get to that. So I've been, I think I mentioned in the unboxing video, kind of falling down the, you know, the Vidavon and some of the aftermarket companies' rabbit hole with this truck. And a few times I've had parts in my cart, and I was like, you know what? Before I do what I usually do, and that's buy a truck, blow a bunch of money on parts, and then realize maybe I don't like the truck after I've dumped a bunch of money into it. This time I chose to drive it first. I really didn't even want to drive, guys, this truck in the snow. I didn't want to put it through, you know, the water and the salt and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to get a feel for the truck first. I wanted to know what it was going to be like before I start spending, you know, money on parts. And guys, I can say this, it was an absolute blast. It's not an Arma Mojave, but I don't think it pretends to be. It's a much larger, a much cooler, and a much more powerful UDR. If I had to sum it up, if I was going to try to compare this to something, obviously this is the closest comparison to this would be something like a UDR. This just, you know, with the 8S power and the size of it, it's just, I don't know, in my opinion, guys, it's just a lot more fun. I had a UDR a while back. It was a cool truck, but this thing is just a beast. Steering is fine too, guys. I watch a lot of people talk about servos and stuff like that with this truck, and actually, guys, I had 0 issues with the servo. It had plenty of torque. It turned the wheels fine. There was a part in my backyard where I kind of stopped and I was just sort of flinging the steering, you know, the wheel back and forth, just so you guys could see that. Runtime was good. I was on the 5500s, and I never charged them up after going from in front of my house to up at the park. So there was lots of runtime. And you know what, guys? Again, I am going to do, guys, a more formal review after I've driven it a few times. But I can say this, as of right now, guys, I am very, very happy that I bought the truck. Like I mentioned earlier, you know, I was starting to think to myself, hey, is this, you know, did I make the right decision buying this truck? But now that I've driven it, guys, it's blown me away. It is super fun. I want to take this time to thank my son. He was the cameraman. His footage looks a lot better than mine with the GoPro. If you noticed right at the end of the video, those last few jumps, you can kind of see my shadow. That was with the GoPro, and I can definitely say that the iPhone did a lot better job. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing more running videos. I'm going to be doing a more formal review, and I'm obviously, guys, going to be doing upgrade videos on it. I think you're going to be seeing a lot of this truck on the channel because it really is a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, as always, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. And yes, enjoy the videos.